Protecting London is the fascinating responsibility of a huge network of people. And because the city never stands still, it's a complex job which is constantly evolving. But how do safety and security measures compare in concert halls and construction sites? What's the difference between facilities management in an 18th century Grade 1 listed museum and a 21st century smart office? And how do all of these people come together to keep many of the world's best of landmarks safe and secure? To answer these questions, Protection and Management, which is the world's leading event series taking place this June, covering security, fire, safety and facilities, has gone on a behind-the-scenes tour of landmarks across the capital to reveal how they operate on a day-to-day basis. For episode 3, we head to Europe's largest construction project, Crossrail. The high-frequency, high-capacity railway project employs over 10,000 workers across 40 sites, and it's on course to deliver 42 kilometres of new rail tunnels under the busy streets of London. In this exclusive interview with Health and Safety Director Steve Hales, we hear all about Crossrail's Target Zero philosophy and the world-class health and safety legacy they'll be leaving behind. Watch the whole clip or select your favourite chapters.
My name's Steve Hales. I'm the Health and Safety Director with Crossrail. The challenges on Crossrail are vast, as you can imagine. We are building 42 kilometres of new tunnel under the existing infrastructure under the streets of London. 10 new stations, many of which are new underground stations. We are excavating 8 million tonnes of earth, all of which needs to be removed from one of the world's busiest cities. We're employing 13,000 people, so the technical challenges themselves are immense. Add to that the cultural challenges that you have by bringing a diverse workforce together in the heart of the city in cramped conditions to be able to build this new infrastructure. We evolve almost on a daily basis. You know, there are so many activities happening across 40 different sites across London that things evolve naturally on a day-to-day basis, but we do move from distinct phases. We had an enabling phase in the first instance. We then moved into main construction or civil construction. We're now in the process of transitioning from that into what we call fit-out phase. So this is where we start to fit out the stations and the tunnels with their mechanical and electrical systems in preparation for the railway arriving. We'll then move into the commissioning phase and the testing of operations before we hand the ultimate railway over in completion in December 2018. When we do open in December 2018, it will add 10% much needed capacity to London's transport network. We will bring an additional 1.5 million people to within the city, Canary Wharf and the West End, and we will drastically reduce journey times. Clearly, health and safety is at the heart of what we do on Crossrail. In fact, we say that health and safety is not just a priority. Our priorities change from day to day, hour by hour. You can see around you what's happening. We expect that everyone believes the same. We have some core principles. We are striving to target zero. We believe that everyone has the right to go home unharmed. We believe that harm is preventable. But to get there, we have to work together. And that collaborative effort is vitally important to ensure that we have success. Through that collaboration, we insist that all of our contractors and all of our Crossrail teams work hand in hand together. We work together through the challenges, we find the solutions, and together we make sure that we realise our Target Zero aspiration. Target Zero is essentially it's a state of mind for us. It's those principles that I talked about, that everyone has that right to go home unharmed. The state of mind means that we believe that Target Zero is achievable, that we can eliminate harm. The key to this is several-fold. The first is collaboration. Make sure that you have strong working relationships as a client with the contractors that are delivering the program for you. Engagement with those that are working for those contractors and making sure they're actively involved, but also setting the most stringent standards. We've learned an awful lot from previous programs, particularly the Olympics, and that became our benchmark, and we built on that and increased our standards. So we raised the bar as we started Crossrail. We spoke about collaboration, and that's not just collaboration between client and contractor, that's collaboration between the various disciplines. At the end of the day, we're all here to deliver one thing, and that's Crossrail, and if we don't work together, we will fail. The interfaces are huge across the program, and therefore we need to have very, very strong links in the design phase and then continue to monitor that design through to its build, its ultimate installation, commissioning, and then its operation. So the bringing together of all of those functions is vital at the earliest opportunity. We use an innovative thing called HSPI, which stands for Health and Safety Performance Index. And this focuses on what we call the leading indicators, so the proactive elements that can influence strong health and safety performance and generate world-class performance. We've seen a 65% improvement in HSPI over the course of the last 2 years, and we've seen a 60% reduction in our accident frequency rates. So we're actually seeing a direct correlation with strong HSPI and reduction in accident frequency rates. We've started to run 2 distinct weeks every year, one in April and one in October. These weeks are called Stepping Up Week on Crossrail. What it is every contract, every site gets the freedom and the autonomy to deliver a program of health and safety. It doesn't detract from work, but there's a distinct element of health and safety activity during those 5 days, and we run those twice a year. Very, very successful, and it's almost becoming part of the language of Crossrail. So I got on the 7th of March 2014, we sadly lost a colleague, Rennie Attaching, in a work-related accident. It was a tragic time for Crossrail, everyone involved in Crossrail. Our thoughts are still with Rennie's friends and family and his work colleagues. And it was a really, really difficult time for us all to get over that. Despite everything that we'd done, we still had this tragic event. But what it said to us, what we decided to do, rather than detract from what we're actually trying to achieve, it actually gave us a greater resolve to achieve target zero. So everything that we do going forward, if you like, is in memory of Rennie and making sure that we eliminate harm. But clearly, Crossrail is a CDM job on its biggest scale. So we already have robust processes and procedures in place to manage our responsibilities. So the change from the 2007 regs to the 2015 regs, we've kept a close eye on them. We were involved in the consultation. We fed back to the HSE our thoughts on the draft regulations. The new role of the principal designer, replacing or instead of the CDM. So, to be honest, doesn't make a great deal of difference with the Crossrail, because when you look at our processes and our procedures, we are already satisfying the expectations of the new regulations. Yes, there will be a need for us to change our terminology and to make sure that everyone is now aware of their new responsibilities under the regulations. But in the grand scheme of things, even if the regulations hadn't been changed, we would still be managing it and be satisfied.